everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Cynthia and today we have a new tutorial and this is the Granny Bunting Flags. As you can see, these flags are very useful for when you want to decorate your little corner, your office space, or your workspace. Also, you can use this for your parties. For example, if you're a mom and you always need to decorate for birthdays or whatever occasion, these bunting flags come in very handy because you can actually personalize it to colors that you like, to themes that you like. If you're having a gender reveal, you can make it in pink or you can make it in blue. You can make it in every color actually, and there are many kinds. It's not just this triangle shape. Okay, there are many kinds of bunting flags that you can find on the internet. There are various patterns you can search. But today I'm going to teach you this Granny Triangle Bunting Flag. This orange one is the one I made a couple of years ago. I used it for a fair that I joined. Okay, and it made my table very colorful. Okay, so for this project, you can use any kind of yarn, a hook that's corresponding to the size of your yarn. Okay, in my case, I'm using this worsted yarn and it's equivalent to the hook 4.5 millimeters. Let's start with the round one. Okay, so for round one, okay, start by making a magic circle. Okay, now you have to chain 3. And make 2 double crochets. Alright, so the chain 3 counts as the first double crochet. Now you have to chain 3 and make 3 more double crochets. So chain 3 and make 3 double crochets. Now you have to chain 3 and then another set of 3 double crochets. Chain 3 and then we're going to tighten that magic circle. So all you have to do is pull at that end and we're going to connect. Okay, we need to connect to the first or to the third chain. Alright, just connect it there and now you have this shape. Okay, it's supposed to be a triangle. Okay, so you can just see or form it into a triangle. Like this. Okay, for round 2, you have to get into the right position. So you have to slip stitch through these stitches and you have to get in that 3 chain space and this will start your round 2. Okay, so you have to get in that right position before you can chain 3. This counts as the first double crochet. Make 2 double crochet. So you have a 3 double crochet set. You have to chain 3, another 3 double crochets in that same space. Alright. This time you're going to chain 3. So every time you make a chain, it's always 3, so it's not very confusing for anyone. Okay, always chain 3. And in the next chain 3 space, you're gonna make the same. Alright, so first make 3 double crochets in that same space. In that space, and chain 3. Then make another set of 3 double crochets in that same space. Alright, so it's the same as the first one. Remember to chain 3. Okay. And make the same 3 double crochets in the next chain 3 space. Chain 3. Another 3 double crochets. Chain 3 again and connect. Connect to the third chain of that first double crochet. And that ends round 2. So you see you have a mini triangle. And now let's go to round 3. So again, you have to get into that correct position by slip stitching your way into that chain 3 space. So just slip stitch through those stitches and get into that chain 3 space. And then from here you can make your 3 sets of double crochet, starting with chaining 3 and then 1 double crochet and another double crochet, a total of 3 double crochets. Now you chain 3 and make another set in that same space. Now there's a chain 3 space in the middle. You're gonna have to chain 3 to get to that space. And then in that space, make 3 double crochets. Three double crochets like that. Okay, and chain 3 again. So Later on, it's up to you to make adjustments. If you want a tighter triangle, maybe you can just chain 2. Okay, but for the purposes of this tutorial, we're just gonna stick with chain 3 for every chain. So chain 3 and another set of 3 double crochets. Alright, and now we're gonna do the same on that side. Chain 3, make 3 double crochets in that space, in that chain 3 space. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Chain 3 again, and in that chain 3 space, okay, make 3 double crochets. Chain 3 again, and another 3 double crochets in that same space. So we're just repeating on every side of your triangle. Alright, so it looks like this. Chain 3. This is the last side of our triangle. Okay, chain 3 again, and connect to that first stitch. Alright, so actually you're just gonna do the same process until you reach the size of the triangle that you like. So if you want a small flag, then this is okay. But if you want a regular sized bunting flag, maybe you can reach until round 5. But basically doing the same. So at the start of every round, remember to slip stitch into the correct position. So you have to slip stitch in that chain 3 space, and that's where you start your round 4. Okay, so we're just making the set of 3 double crochets like this. Chain 3 and another one in that same space, another set. So just keep doing this, repeating that same pattern from the previous row. Always remember to chain 3 and make 3 double crochets in that chain 3 space. chain 3, and 3 double crochets in that chain 3 space. So the problem with this yarn is that it has multi-strands, and sometimes some of the strands get left out from the hook. Okay, so it's a challenge to work with this kind of yarn, but so it's okay that I use this kind of yarn for this kind of projects. Alright, so we are now in the point of our triangle, so we are making that 3 double crochet set and chain 3, and then make another set in that same space. Okay, so just keep doing this until you reach the size that you like. So in this tutorial, we're going to reach until round 5 because that's the size that I want to have for my bunting flag. Okay, so now we finished round 5, and this is how it looks. For round 6, okay, I just wanna make the edges of my flag a bit sturdier, so we're gonna do a round of single crochets. Okay, so the first thing that you will do for round 6 is to chain 1, right? Chain 1 to get in the right height, and then make a single crochet in that first space. And keep on doing single crochets for every stitch. Alright, there is no strict count. Okay, it's up to you. Just make single crochets all around so that this will make the edges of our flag a bit more pronounced. Alright, so in the space, the chain 3 space, I just make 3 single crochets. And 1 single crochet for every stitch in this round. Okay, see? The single crochets actually help to make the edges of the flag more distinguished, and it looks better actually with the single crochet all around. So I just like making single crochets as a border for these flags. So if you don't want to do this, that's okay. The triangle shape is enough to make your bunting flags. But if you want a more pronounced edging of your triangle, then this single crochet makes it look better. Alright, so just keep doing the single crochets all around. Alright, so we're done with the single crochets. Part 2 is connecting. Now we're going to connect those triangles so that we can make your flag, your bunting flag, and we can hang it. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to connect our flags. Alright, so first I make a slip stitch, and then I just take one of the flags and find that edge, okay, the edge of this flag, and I start to make one double crochet. So find the end of that flag and start to make one double crochet like this, right? And another double crochet in the next stitch. Alright, so just make one double crochet for every stitch. Alright. One double crochet for every stitch. Now we reach the end of this flag, and here's where I'm going to show you how to connect to the other flag. Okay, so just finish your double crochets. Alright, and this is how it's gonna look. Alright, now get the other flag, and actually we're gonna do the same. Alright, so we're gonna make double crochets in the next flag. Alright, so how to connect it is just actually very easy. You just have to start making a double crochet at the edge of that flag, just as we did in the first one. Alright, so find the edge there in your second flag Okay, and just start making a double crochet like this. And that connects our two flags. So it's very simple. I just started to make a double crochet in the next flag like this, and keep on doing double crochets. Don't worry that it looks a bit thin for a connection, because in the next round we're gonna do single crochets again to reinforce that connection. Alright, so for this round, just keep doing the double crochets to connect the flags. Now we reach the end of this flag. And I'm going to show you one more time how to connect our flag to the next one. Alright, so the same as before, just get your next flag and we are going to connect this by making a double crochet at the end of, or at the edge of this third flag. So right there, okay, just make a double crochet. And that stitch will connect our two flags. Alright, so it's gonna look like this. Okay, as I mentioned a while ago, don't worry that it's not too strong of a connection. Actually it is, but in the next round we can make single crochets all around to reinforce that connection. So do that until you connect all your flags, and then I'll get back to you when you finish. Alright, so here I already finished connecting mine. I only made 5 bunting flags because that's the size that I want. But in your case, you can make very long ones if you plan to use it for a party or for decorating for an occasion. Okay, you can use as many as 20 pieces of bunting flags. Okay, this is a very short one I made, only 5. Okay, this time we're gonna reinforce that. We're gonna reinforce that connection, okay, by making single crochets. So first chain 1 to get in the right height, and 1 single crochet in that first stitch, and 1 single crochet for every stitch. So this will reinforce the connection between those bunting flags. Right, we're almost at the connection. So you can see, if you make another round of single crochets right here, then that will make the connections between the bunting flags stronger, like this. Alright. So all you have to do is make the single crochets until the end of your project. Alright, so we're done with the single crochets. Now it's time to add the strings at the end of your flag. Okay, to add strings, you can just make a chain. It's up to you. You can be creative in this part. So I'm just showing you the basic thing, just making a chain, a long chain for the edge of this flag so that you can use it to tie or hang around something. Alright, so you can make multiple chains or use a thicker yarn for this part. You can even decorate this part by adding beads. You can add beads here to make a more interesting string. Alright, but in this tutorial, just a simple chain that will do. And then make the same for the other side. So just make the same for the other side. Okay, I start by making a slip stitch. And I just start to make a single crochet. Or a slip stitch. And start to make a long chain. So just make a long chain just like the one on the other side. Weave in those loose ends. So that's how to make the chain for each side, so you can tie your flags around something. Alright, so for this part, we're going to add the fringes. It's up to you if you want to do this. This is actually optional. Okay, but I find that the fringes will keep down the triangle edge of your bunting flag. So I like to add the fringe. Also, it looks a lot better. Okay, this is how to make the fringe. All you have to do is get a box, okay, with the size that you like. Maybe roll it 8 times or 10 times, depending on the thickness that you like. Okay, cut it at the edge like so. So now you have this long string of yarn, something like this. Okay, hold on to that middle part and just slip that through the hole here at the edge of your triangle. So you can use a hook, a big hook, to get that over there. Okay, make sure it's even and fix it a little. Now all you have to do is tie this. So get another string, okay, long enough so you can put it around a couple of times before tying, like this. So I tie it around 2 times and then I make a knot. And just like that. It's actually very easy to do. So also in this part, you can be creative by adding beads. So if you have colorful beads, you can also put that in there. Now straighten that. And then you can cut so that it's all even. So just make sure it's straight like this. And then cut it there so that it's all even. And it looks better. Like this. Alright, so you see it's actually very simple to make. Let's make another one. Okay, I'll show you one more time how to make the fringe. Okay, so get a box. Any box will do, or a cardboard. Oh, by the way, this is a Big Bang fan giveaway. Alright, so wrap it around your box 8 times or so. Remember to do it evenly. Remember to do the same number. For example, you did 8 rounds for the first one. Do the same for the next one so that your fringes will have the same texture. So not one is thicker and not one is thinner. Alright, so now you have to put it over that hole again. Pull it through that hole, I mean. And then make sure it's even. Okay, get another string that is long enough to go around it 2 times. Alright, so make sure to secure this properly. Tie it around twice. Okay, and then make a knot. One more time to make sure it's secure, and like that. So again, try to separate those yarns so it will look more pleasing. And then at the bottom, just cut off any yarn that is longer than the others. so it's all even like this. Now you've made 2, and you can just continue making those for all the flags. So you can be creative, you can put beads, you can use different color of yarns, you can put glitters, you can use blue and pink for gender reveal flags. Okay, you can make a rainbow bunting flag. So you can do anything with this project. It's very fun to make, and the best thing about this is that you can reuse it every time you have an occasion. You don't need to be buying those cheap China flags that you use every time for a party and then throw away. That's just not helpful to our environment. So these crochet bunting flags are very beautiful and useful. They're environmentally friendly. They're cost effective. You don't need to spend a lot of money every time you have an occasion or an event. Okay, you can use it to decorate your room like this. So as you see, my shelf is a short one, a small one, just enough for my plants and my books. Okay, so I made this yellow bunting flag to make the space more jolly, or to liven up the space with that fresh, happy yellow color. Alright, and that's it. Okay, and then when you store, for example, your event is finished, it's very easy to store your bunting flags. All you have to do is put those triangles together like this. So it's not all messy. Okay, just put them all together like this, and then you can store it in a place where it won't get very dusty, and you can use it, bring it out and use it for your next event. Alright, and for those who are having trade fairs or joining craft fairs, these bunting flags are actually very useful for your table. So in this picture, this is the time I joined a craft fair here in my city. And as you can see, I made very colorful bunting flags. And it really does something to elevate the look of your table. It makes it very jolly and fun to look at. Alright, so that's our tutorial for today. This Granny Triangle Bunting Flags. It's very easy to make. I hope you liked it. If you find this tutorial useful and you were able to follow my instructions easily, okay, please leave me a comment below. I'd like to hear. I'd love to hear what you think about this tutorial. And if you think my tutorials are useful, it's helping you guys to do something that you want to do, or helping you to do projects that you want to accomplish, please let me know in the comment section. Alright, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends in your social media, and please, please, please subscribe to my channel because it will really help me a lot, and I can make more videos like this in the future. Thank you guys. See you on the next one. Bye!